Hello, hello, hello. Hi guys, thanks for coming and watching my video. I know it's been about a hot minute since I've even done a video, about 2 years of a hot minute. So I'm totally sorry about that. The last 2 years have been a wackadoodle time for me, especially this past year, 2020, which I'm sure it has been for everybody else, right? And we're all just waiting for it to end. But I'm just, here to tell you guys about my last 2 years and an update of how things are going with my J pouch. It has officially been since February 2020. 4 years since I've been using my J pouch, meaning 4 years since they got rid of my ostomy and they put together the J pouch they created in my original surgery and then connected it to my booty basically. So I've been using my J pouch for 4 years now. Things have been really great. I have had some hiccups along the way, so I just kind of wanted to give you guys a bit of an update. So I think the last video that I did was posted really in my Instagram stories, and I got pouchitis for the first time. And I couldn't go to work. It was brutal, all that jazz. They put me on Cipro, and that helped a lot. So I was hospitalized for a couple days though, just because it completely depleted me and I wasn't physically able to even take care of myself. But after that, things have been totally fine. I've already really gotten pat down the foods that I can't eat that bother my booty. So I honestly have not had a battle with butt burn at all. I haven't had that issue in a long time. I've really gotten pat down, had to take care of myself in that area. Yay. The only thing is, I do notice there was one time this past winter in December 2019. This was a hiccup I had, okay? This is really the only other hiccup that I've had since my pouchitis. Like I said, I've had a really busy past couple years, especially this past year. Things have changed a lot for me, and I have been under a lot of stress, especially like this past winter. Me and my husband were settling down into the place we are now. We were staying in his place an hour away most of the time when we got married, but then I had responsibilities here. So it's just kind of a lot, but I was under a lot of stress, with things with my job change and then, my things with us moving, that I just got irritated again. I thought that I might have had pouchitis again, and I was feeling really sore. All my joints were super, super, super achy. That was happened to me the first time I got pouchitis. Kind of like when you get a fever, a flu or a fever, and everything just feels off. But I was feeling real irritated then. Every time I had to go to the bathroom, I felt that sensation, like after I went to the bathroom and I'm on the toilet still, that I still had stuff to empty out. But I think it was just the swelling inside. But I was really I knew that I had to call out for work. I ended up going into the emergency room, and they just decided to, let's just, they didn't even have my surgeon see me. They're like, you've had it before. Let's just give you Cipro and see how it goes. It felt like it alleviated some of the swelling and I felt a little bit better, but I was kind of going back and forth with this battle of not really being able to hold my stool in as easily as I've been able to these past 4 years. So it kind of reminded me of my ulcerative colitis days, when all of a sudden it's just coming out and you don't have a chance necessarily to get to the bathroom at that point. So I was having those kind of hiccups, the Cipro helped, and then I felt like it was kind of trying to creep back in pretty soon. And it didn't feel 100% like it did when I got pouchitis originally. So I went to a regular appointment instead to see my surgeon like 2 weeks later, because I felt like everything was just happening again. Maybe it could have been 3 weeks later. I honestly don't remember. And I was talking to him, and he was going to be doing a sigmoidoscopy where he was just going to be looking inside my pouch. And he said everything kind of looked fine at the moment, but he said, you could just be irritated there, and it might not be pouchitis. You might just have inflammation, which obviously would cause swelling. So they weren't really sure. He said antibiotics can kind of help with that, but they didn't really give me an answer. Thank God I haven't had that many hiccups, but I kind of battled a little bit with that off and on, and then it went away. So, and then I noticed probably months later when I was really stressed out, I kind of had similar symptoms. Thank God, not the fatigue and the not, the not feel with the feeling dizzy and not feeling good. I didn't have that issue. It's just more the inside of my booty, like feeling really swollen, and like most things were coming out watery and more than they normally are, and that I wasn't able to hold it in as much, or when I would go, I would feel like I still had to empty after I emptied everything out. But from my understanding is that you still have a tiny stump of your rectum left, and you still technically have the autoimmune disease. You just don't have the entire large organ that it can freely attack. If you had ulcerative colitis, that is, that's was my issue. You guys might have, some of you guys that are watching might have had possibly some different issues. But my thought is, that I'm stressed and I'm having a minor flare in that area. Every time that I was super stressed, obviously with ulcerative colitis, you would pop into a flare. And I would, if I knew something was really bad happening in my life, I would almost panic, which would make it worse, saying, oh my God, I don't want to get stressed out because I got to find a way to manage my stress because I know that it's going to probably cause a flare up. And I don't want to deal with that. That's kind of what I'm assuming, because looking back at the situations that I've had, and it was not the time that I had pouchitis. I firmly believe and know that that was pouchitis because it was different than this. And the Cipro cleared it up. But I think that it just kind of causes some type of flare maybe in that area, and that's what happens. So another reason I need to just really manage my stress. But I was overwhelmed at that time. There was a lot going on in my life that I was handling. There's a lot on my plate. It happens. We're human. We have lives. Things happen. This has been a stressful year. But that's really been my only major hiccup. So I'm very, very thankful about that. The only other thing that I've really struggled with, and I wouldn't necessarily call it a hiccup, but I want to do a video about this later, is gaining weight. So when I originally got my J pouch, started using my J pouch, I started gaining a little bit of weight back because, I had this massive surgery and lost tons of weight. But then it kind of just kept going, and I noticed it was really hard for me to lose weight. And then, when I would go on jpouch.org, which is a really great forum, by the way, I'll put the link for that below. I came across a lot of people that struggle with the same thing since they've gotten their J pouch. Things were not normal for me. The normal things I would do weren't working for me. So I did figure out a routine that really worked for me that I can share in a later video. If any of you have struggled with weight, weight gain and not being able to lose some weight, or struggle with weight loss. Let's just say that. Struggle with weight loss. I definitely I want to do a video on and share what's worked for me. And same thing, guys, email me, comment below if you guys have figured things out that have worked for you. Let me know. Anyways, this was fun. I'm going to do a video or put up a video next week that's going to be about histamine intolerance. If you guys have heard of it, then you know. If you haven't heard of it, if anybody during their illness, after their surgeries, has had a lot of allergy problems, this is what this video is about. I struggled with it. My sister, who also has an autoimmune disease and lost part of her colon, is struggling with it. So I definitely am going to put up a video about histamine intolerance. Look for it in the next week, and then we'll just go from there. But please, 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 like I said, I want to be a community. I want us to share with each other the things that have worked for us, even struggles that we're having. So if you want to comment below, if you want to email me, whether it's to vent or whether you have a question or whether you want to share something, please, please, please do not hesitate to email me. I might take a couple days to respond, but I will respond. So please do not hesitate to email me. But other than that, I will see you guys next week. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.